Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
And it's time to talk about the Indiana Hoosiers. You know, my daughter's there, Dallin. You know, I need to get as many trips as I can to Bloomington, so I kind of root for them. Obviously, win, 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 so I can, expense my trips to Bloomington instead of
It's a
having to pay
veteran
for
move.
hotel. Right? Exactly. Well, the Ohio State win at home was good. Looked like, all right, they're on the right track here a little bit. And listen, nobody's disputing their bigs. Khalil Ware's been good. Malik Renault's been really good. Xavier Johnson came back last game, looked really good against Ohio State.
Yeah.
Well, tonight he was kind of not very good. He's 2 points, 5 turnovers. And again, he missed 7 games, so I think it's going to be shaking some rust off still. But their guard play, Trey Galloway, Gabe Cupp, CJ, it's just not good enough. And I keep going back to it. And I'm curious to get your take because Tyler's heard me say this over and over and over. The roster construction, so important for teams. And that's where I think Mike Woodson made his mistakes. You know, you get all these bigs. They're talented, very talented. Like Khalil Ware is a first-round talent. I think Mackenzie Mbaka is going to be a first-round talent at some point. But ultimately, when you don't surround those guys with shooters, and Renew's going to make money, a lot of money playing basketball in his career, whether it's in the NBA or overseas. But you got to have guards, you got to have shooters, you got to have floor spacers.
Yeah, they turn the ball over in 20% of their possessions in league play. I mean, it's only a couple games of sample size, but okay, forget league play. It's 18%. It's not good, which is a problem. It's like little weird behind the scenes things. We come here at ESPN tonight to do studio stuff. We're on ESPN2 today, and you always come in. You're looking at what needs to. You only got so many monitors. You got like 6 monitors in here to work with. Indiana's not on the. It's not on the list. It's like they're like the last one. I'm like, all right, do we put Indiana in here or not? Like, is it really necessary to that's where, as a blue blood, that doesn't happen with Carolina, doesn't happen with Kentucky, doesn't happen with Duke, it doesn't happen with, even Gonzaga now. There are certain teams that, all right, not only they need to be, this is like researcher, I need this and this monitor, this and this monitor. Like, that's how we're working this thing because you got to be able to lock in throughout the course of the night. And it's like, all right, you throw it over here and I'll tune in occasionally. So it's just they don't command the attention anymore based on the team. It is what it is. As you mentioned, they're going to have good careers and make money playing this game, which is more power to them. But as a group right now, the guard play isn't enough. Defensively, they aren't good enough. And offensively, rebounding today, they got crushed, which sometimes is an effort thing. So there were a lot of issues. It's hard to win at the rack. We know that. But Indiana is not going to be a factor in the Big Ten and definitely not a factor on the national scene this year. And we'll see how they go forward and if Woody's still there next year.
Well, he'll be there next year. He'll be there next year, Tyler, because he's one of their own. So he'll get one more for sure. Go ahead. What are you laughing? What are you laughing about, Tyler?
I'm just laughing in my mind because I can't remember the last time they were good. And I don't want to be too critical, but I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, when's the last time Indiana's been good?
But Dallin worked with Crean. He had him as a number 1 seed at one point, but they were up and down in the Crean era.
But hold on, that's what you just said. But they were up and down. But like Crean did win a Big Ten championship and then got fired. Like, I mean, that there wasn't a lot of space for things happening. So like, he's not one of their own, and they may not eat their own like UCLA does. Bill Walton just crushing Mick on broadcast, just not a good look. That Maryland game, I mean, I was in here just like, Bill, please stop it. It's making me uncomfortable, and I'm 3,000 miles away. Like it was, but this is
with Ben Allen. Right.
Exactly. They will eat their own a little bit more. Not that I don't necessarily see it Indiana the same way, but there is, to Tyler's point, this is Indiana. And this is and North Carolina is victim to their own success. So is Duke. So are these teams that are blue blood programs, Kentucky. We judge you guys on a curve. You're up here. You're not up in that space, and it's just a 4 seed. You're getting hit. But if you are irrelevant on the national scene for multiple years, and they were a 5 seed, but maybe a couple years ago, like they've just getting in the tournament and trying to compete. Yeah, that's just not the standard that's been set there. And when you're not playing on the level that's the standard that's been set, you get criticized at a higher level until you get back even looking to threaten that way. But it's been like a decade now.
He's won 1 NCAA tournament game in the real bracket, Mike Woodson has. And again, if you don't get the tournament this year with the NIL they had, with the talent that they have, Tyler, next year. And again, listen, I've said this and I'll say it over and over. I don't care who it is. These former NBA guys, whether it's Juwan Howard, whoever it is, Chris Mullin, Ewing, all these guys, Mike Woodson, most of them, they fail. Most of them fail in college because it's a different game.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching The Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.